back, everybody. In this video we're going to discuss if there's any difference between the 60 Hz and 120 Hz. And before we start, I'm going to quickly tell you guys the correct way to run a TV that has low latency mode, the proper way. Now you got 2.0 HDMI, and then you got 2.1 HDMI. I'm pretty sure the 2.0 can handle 120 Hz, but I recommend you guys get a 2.1 HDMI because 2.1 HDMI is rated at 120 Hz. And if you guys want to run low latency mode, if you guys only have a 4K receiver and you run your device to the 4K receiver, you're not gonna be running true low latency mode, and I'm pretty sure you probably won't even be able to even turn on that feature. So the correct way to run, the true way to run low latency mode would be to bypass your 4K receiver, unless you have 8K. But if you don't have an 8K receiver, you have to bypass your receiver to your display, so that way you can turn on the low latency mode. Now, currently on the market is pretty much a powerful PC that you can run the auto low latency mode, and an Xbox One X. So that being said, I tested the 60 Hz through my receiver, playing video games. Not having the variable refresh rate, didn't think that would matter, and I found out that if you run 60 Hz without the low latency mode or the VVR, you're better off playing on a LCD panel or LED TV. But when I discovered that, when I realized that's what happened, I went ahead and switched my wiring and bypassed the receiver and ran my my device at 60 Hz with low latency mode, and that made a world of a difference. Now, your TV doesn't have to have a 2.1 HDMI port, but you do need a TV that has low latency mode. It has to be low latency mode capable. That being said, I have tested it, the 1440p at 120 Hz with variable refresh rate range, auto low latency mode, and that ran beautifully. And also, I have tested my gaming at 60 Hz with the low latency mode on and the variable refresh rate, but the important thing is the low latency mode. So between the gaming in the 60 Hz and gaming in the 120 Hz with the auto low latency mode on, I could not distinguish the difference with the input lag because they're both very minimum, and you do need the low latency mode on, and I can't tell the difference. Now, I'm assuming that the reason why I couldn't tell the difference is because I guess the games by the developers, it's rendered at 60 Hz or under. So that is my conclusion. I'm pretty sure that right now we're not hitting more than 60 Hz because of the developers, but the TV can do 120 Hz. Either way, you can't go wrong with 60 Hz or 120 Hz on a low latency TV, as long as you have the low latency mode activated. So I hope that information would help you guys with that knowledge of the low latency mode. It is well worth it. And keep in mind, like I said earlier, just invest in the 2.1 HDMI, and that way you don't have to second guess if you're running properly. And until you get an 8K receiver, in the meantime, make sure you bypass your receiver so that you can run the auto low latency mode. So that's it for this video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hooded Dragons out.